Hi, I'm going to give an update on COVID-19 situation. And right now is early morning of February 26th. At this moment, the total 8,997 cases worldwide, and total deaths is 2,774. And both cases that the numbers continue to increase. Here's the total cases. So still on uptrend, and same tells true for the total deaths. And overall, this trend is still up. Let's have a look at individual countries. And again, China somehow have a better control than previously. Now it's below 500, so the total cases, and deaths is 52. So it looks like the situation is under control, and that so now the worrisome sign is in the countries outside of China, including South Korea, Italy, and Iran. And in South Korea, the cases is past 1,000. Now it's 1,146. And the deaths is more than 10. And Italy also have a significant increase of new cases. And the situation in Italy is really worrisome, because that's part of European countries, and looks like that the case in Italy maybe sign that the entire European country may also have similar outcome. And also in several hotels in Italy, there's some people infect people in the hotel, so they need to lock down the hotel to make sure that people need to be quarantined before they leave. So there's several such cases. So the situation is not so promising right now. Of course, the big cases along that they have a very high fatality rate. Even so, they only have 95 cases, but they have more 16 deaths. As I mentioned earlier, based on data in China, that fatality rate of this disease is about 2%. So in order to get this number, you need about close to 800 people which get the infection. So as mentioned, many countries in European countries also start to see the virus, like Switzerland and Belgium. One important development is that in Brazil, and this is the last continent, South America also have reported cases. And so Brazilian health office reports South America's first case of coronavirus, and patient tested positive after return from Italy's Lombardy region. We know this region is epicenter of epidemic in Italy. So by law, that all 5 continental and every continent have this virus and have positive identified virus, and people suffer from disease. So it is pretty clear that this virus is spread from China to all the world. And the prediction can be that in next 1 or 2 weeks, they may going to have a big epidemic around the world. But so no one can show, but because the Chinese and the people from Wuhan, that before this lockdown, they already traveled to all over the world. So it is hard to predict. And so The incubation time is 2 weeks, but actually most of the times already past 2 weeks. So it's looking like the virus passed, of course, second generation. Maybe the virus go to transfer to the third generation. So because the virus adapt to the human beings and then they replicate virus, and then they get used to the human body. And then they get stronger and stronger, and they start transfer to the third generation of the virus. The third generation virus transfer to the new people, and this is really highest challenge because right now there's no doubt the virus is everywhere. And another development is that this U.S. authority, the CDC, today officially have informed the general public that this virus infection in U.S. is likely inevitable. But even so, right now the risk is lower. So he suggests all people should take precaution to try to prevent yourself, your family, and your colleagues. The best way to try to prevent the contact people who have suffered from this coronavirus infection. But right now it's really tough in the U.S. I don't know what happened. Now, such as in the New York City, there's no single case of coronavirus. And this is something it's hard to believe because there's so many people travel from Wuhan to New York City, and there's no any single case. That's I don't know the authority did a good job or bad job, and because now the people, I think they should have more severe monitor the people with anyone with flu-like symptoms to test people, because the policy before just people have come from China or have contact with people which have coronavirus infection. But in New York City, and there's no any case that was identified, so you don't need to test any people. So that may be lost. We may lose some chance to identify some early cases of the coronavirus infection. But I don't know what kind of policy they have right now, because there are so many influenza patients. At current situation, I suggest that any people have flu-like symptoms will have test the potential of the coronavirus infection, and so we can identify such case early, so we can take measure early. Anyhow, that because the resource is limited, because right now we have no, based on the CDC, they have until now they have no good quality control on this test. So that means they cannot give out the kit to the local laboratory. So that can be the challenge. And based on the data from China, that the positive identified rate for the based on PCR is less than 40%. So they miss a lot of cases, even so they do some tests. And anyway, the best for us, for individual people, just try to avoid public place and try to avoid to contact anyone. And even so, because we don't know who has the virus right now, because in New York City, such a big city, and they don't have this. There's no any cases. This is hard to believe. And so that's why you really need to have precaution. Try to have good hygiene. First of all, when you go to outside, try not to touch anything. And also when you get home, try to wash hands as many times as possible. And the only way to protect yourself from the potential virus infection is keep good hygiene. And just God bless to everyone. And that is the update today. And I wish to see you in my next video. Bye.